Hello, my human beings. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Solelin, and here we talk about selling is life. We talk about selling is life in the wines, hospitality, and luxury brand industry. So, and all those concepts about how to sell, negotiation, culture, be a businesswoman as a mom, and all of that, you can also apply to your industry. If it did sounds very familiar or you want to dig more in it, subscribe and click the button to get the notifications. So, without further ado, let's talk what we're gonna talk today. So, are you ready? Okay, I'm excited about this title today, this concept today, because we're gonna talk about the six lies that everybody tells you when you're gonna open a restaurant or a bar or a spa, especially a business in the hospitality industry. So I will tell you the first lie, the first lie, the first one, and that touched me very deeply because that in somehow that happened to me. So the first one is when you opens, once it's open, it get easier. So like, oh yes, that's a huge lie. Oh, when it's open, it's gonna be easier. You're gonna working on it. No, guys. If you saw this video here, in the previous video, we talk about how to set a business from scratch. So in that video, I tell you a little bit more about my experience as a restaurant owner. So here is that it goes very well with what I'm about to talk because they tell you no, when you open the doors, it's gonna be easier. People are gonna come in and so you're gonna the money is gonna flow. Guys, not at all. Especially if you have a concept or a new concept to an area, then they are not used to your idea, to your strategy, to what you are bringing in. It's not that easy. So I won't say that it's impossible. No, it's not impossible, but definitely require harder and more difficult and more challenge a strategy, and especially more expensive strategy. Why? Because when you are bringing something new to an area that they are not used to, you have to kind of educate your clientele. You have to educate your customers, the people in, and all of that. And that requires money. You constantly have to mention what it's about. You constantly have to do marketing and marketing and marketing. And marketing, guys, costs money. Costs money. So it doesn't mean that a new concept or a new idea it will get easier. No, definitely it will get more expensive. That's it. So unfortunately, passion doesn't pay the bills. A strategy does. So if you have deep pockets and you can, you know, deep in all the time about that new concept that you want to bring, go for it. Otherwise, step back, planning properly, and try to imitate a little bit more what the people are used to, and then you will reduce a little bit in marketing because people will, yeah, you will have just an extra plus, an extra point instead to just try to explain yourself. So the second one, and I need to put my glasses in order to read it. And I want to read it because I don't want to go all around. Passion will carry you through the hard month. That's probably one of the biggest lie. I think all of them are big. Are big, but this one, like a passion, it will carry through the hardest month, is a lie, and why? Because it's true. Like when you work with your passion, when you love what you do, it's not really a job. It's your passion. You are passionate about to do the things. But passions are like I always probably I'm too graphic, but I always imitated the passion like the marriage. It's true. Marriage is very nice. It's very passionate. You fall in love with a person, but not all the time is it's bling bling. Not all the time is flowers. Not all the times are chocolate. There are hard times. And the hard times, when you don't have a proper plan and a proper communication, is hard. And even with your own passion in your own business, if you don't have a plan, kind of a plan to go to you against yourself. Because sometimes we even have to have a backup plan to go against where we think. Not because we are cuckoo, no, because sometimes passions blind us out. So when we have those blind spots, then we don't want to see the clear things when we want to kind of get, no, yes, I can do it because yes, 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 yes. That's the moment that we go to our plans, we go to our strategy, and then we can make it happen. So passion sometimes, yes, is necessary to make it work, but passion again without a plan cannot pay the bills. Lines number 3. Line number 3, and I need the glasses again. Made me laugh. How I do this. What happened with this? Okay, lies number 3. If the concept is good, people will come. Ah, wow, the concept is so good. Everybody will come. No. If the concept is good, but is unknown, you require it again. Master plan, master strategy, marketing, 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 marketing. So, because, and it's not only about marketing, pay marketing, you also have to give a lot. You have to give value to the community in order for people understand who you are, what you bringing, and why. Because just like having a good concept is not enough. Because if the people are not used to, I mean, it's so hard for people to get to know things that they are not used to. I will bring you a little bit. Probably here there's so many young people and you don't remember. But if there are people around plus 40 years old, I'm sure that all of you, except Japanese people, remember that we didn't know what sushi was. I mean, like I would say 45 years ago, I don't know, not even 4, maybe 35 years ago, we didn't know what 35, 37 years ago, we didn't know what sushi was. Especially if we were in the Western culture, if we were in America, in South America, North America, we really didn't know. So when the sushi restaurants start to come in, what they have to do, most of the restaurants, then they start to bring sushis into the Western world, they have to imitate it, our flavors a little bit, isn't it? Do you remember that? Do you remember that you started to see rolls with cheese, rolls with banana, rolls with fried rolls, and those kind of things? My what do you call it? My family-in-law for my mother-in-law. Basically, my mother-in-law was Japanese. To make it simple, my husband is half Japanese. So they don't eat the sushi that you and I probably eat. They don't eat those things with fancy. My husband call it fancy thing. They're not fancy for you or for me, but for them, that they are not used to those kind of sushi, because for them, they eat sushi from all their life. For them, it's a fancy thing, because definitely something that they are not used to, or they weren't used to. So when the Japanese culture went to the Western side, or actually, because if you know a little bit the history about how the sushi got into America, it was actually an American guy who brought that into America. It wasn't a Japanese people. So, and that's why they started to convert it a little bit more into the flavors of the locals, and then that is how it spread around the world. So that said, then here is the perfect example. If you are bringing a new concept or a new restaurant, just people gonna come in because you're pretty, because you have a pretty smile. No, bye. No, guys. No, mi amor. No, my human beings, you will have to create something that they are used to in order to invite them for you to offer what is new to you or what it will be new to them, if that makes sense. So always think about the sushi. The sushi is probably the best example of the history, how they crossed the ocean. And for us, that is a very particular taste. No, now we are super used to, and now the new generations are. But I'm sure if you're there and you are 40ish, you didn't like sushi for the first time. First time, you didn't. I know, I didn't. And like me, many people. Actually, long time ago, people used to say that in order to like sushi, you have to try it 7 times. I don't think that is like that right now, because now it's everybody eats sushi. You probably now there are more restaurant sushi around the world than even local restaurants. So, lies number 4. I should keep the glasses on. No, I cannot keep the glasses on because then I cannot see the camera. Oh, this is one lie that, oh my God, really gets me. Because say you can run it solo in the beginning. No, guys. No, 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 no. Special hospitality businesses, you cannot run on your own. If it's true, then generally speaking, all the good businesses need a team, a special hospitality. Without a team, hospitality businesses, guys, unless then you are a freaking superhuman being, and if you run solo, let me know, because then you will be my hero for the rest of my life. Okay, so talking about the team, without a team is very hard, because psychologically you have to be, always nice, always available, always there, and that is human impossible, to be honest. Physically, I mean, like be in the hospitality industry and work long hours with a smile, with that, all of that, and also be the behind the scene, the administration, the marketer, the person on the front, the person who orders, the person who does inventory, the person who cooks, the person. It's human impossible, guys. Human impossible. So if someone tell you, oh, I can open a restaurant, I can open any kind of a venue in the hospitality industry, and I will run it on my own, I will say, oops. And here is the story time. When I opened my wine shop here in Paris, we were 3 people. And I thought that we were going to be 3 people. I thought very wrongly. Yes. Because, yes, one of them stayed here for a while until the doors were open. But when the doors were open up and running, then she left. And I thought, okay, well, if you leave, then you'll be able to do things on the side in the computer, because there are a lot of things to do. That thing didn't happen. And then my other partner who stayed here, he helps a lot. So, but at the same time, it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough, because you need to have someone constantly there helping, collab, you do this, you do that. So for him, for me, him was more like a emergency planner. If I had something to do, please bring in. So then I tried with stagiaire, with what do you call it in English? I forgot the word in English. Oh my God, internships. I tried with internships people, but it's not the same. They are young guys, then they're not gonna give you the same passion, the same dedication than you will. So that was one of the reasons why my shop closed, because I was neglecting my kids, I was neglecting myself, I was neglecting the family, I was neglecting the house, I was neglecting every single thing around me, because I was at the shop, I don't know how many hours per week. So, and that, in the long run, it's human impossible. I mean, yeah, it's probably possible, but then, I will forget about my kids, I will forget about my family, I will forget about all. And I really, even personal, I feel that I ages like, I don't know, 3 years in 1 year of operation at the shop. So, that said, please make sure that you choose the right team before to even think to have a hospitality venue. Without a team, I won't say that it's impossible, but because I don't like the word impossible, because for me everything is possible. But again, if you don't have big pockets, then you can pay extras to do it, to do work for you. Wow. It will be probably impossible. So, lie number 5. Lower price bring more customers. Okay. Lower price bring more customer. Well, that also go align with my video that I did it before, so you can check it here and check it out about what I talk in that video. Maybe lower price bring more customer. Yes, in some point. However, need to align price with quality and with customer service, especially for the hospitality. Because if you have lower price, then you're gonna have volume, but you don't wanna have loyal customers. And in the hospitality business, that's the first thing that you are thinking for. You want the loyal customers, because the loyal customers are the one who really pay the basics, pay the bills, pay the infrastructure. Then the extra customers, the one time, two times customers, are the extras. So that's why it's so important that yes, lower prices bring volume, but you also want to bring quality. So remember, don't misunderstand it, or don't mix too much the fact of volume and quality. Those things have to be aligned. You are still bringing quality in good prices. I won't say lower prices, in good prices. Because if you are selling the same potato than your neighbor, for example, and you have 60% less of your neighbor, people rather go to your neighbor because they might think that there's something wrong with your potato. Because they might think like, why 60% off? I mean, that's too much. So it will take a big effort or a big trust from a customer to try you, just for the fact that, let me try. Maybe your potato is better than the next guy, and the next guy is just overpriced. But when people know that next door guy, it's kind of hard to give in the trust to somebody else when it's way too cheap or way too less, because they might think that it's something wrong. Okay, so the lower price also will affect your staff. When you have lower price, then you will have to pay less to your staff, and human beings, the staff is the number one in hospitality business. When you have good staff, your hospitality business have more chances to be successful. So you really don't want to be cheap in that. I beg you. Sorry for that. The other thing, the luxury brands, the luxury the hospitality runs based of margin. So when you have very under prices, is you losing the margin. And again, in the hospitality industry, especially in restaurants, that is a very, very, very thin line. Then you're gonna find out yourself cooking or doing things for nothing. You will be short. So you need to make sure that when you have a restaurant, especially restaurant, cafe, things that you provide, food or services, or some kind of a special food and drinks. You need to understand very well the margin of the profit, because otherwise, or you can be overpriced, then the people won't like you, or you will be underpriced, and then you will hurt yourself, you will hurt the business, you will hurt the staff. So is you need to be balanced. You can create promotions and you bring volume, so for more affordable prices, but never under price, under market. If you go under market, people will start to feel like, is this okay? Is this right? People, they don't trust that very much. So be careful with that. And the last lie, and this is probably one of the wow. I say in each of them that is the biggest one, but in reality, those are six lies that are very common when you tell someone that you want to open an hospitality business. Then everybody say, "Oh, that." So that's why for me, all of them are super important. Some of them, most of them, they are the biggest, because in different context, in different way, on different point of view, they are the biggest. And in this point, before we finish, go to the descriptions and get into my newsletter. Subscribe. It's completely free. Well, it's free to twice. I have a long versions on Wednesday and a small versions on Fridays. Then you can have a glass of wine on my from me. My first glass of wine is on me. I pay for it. I pay for the first month of subscription, and then the rest is like you invite me a glass of wine every month. So for €8 per month, you can get many insights about restaurants, about businesses, about selling is life, about sales tips, how to prospect. Even I will be writing about some of the software that I use to find prospects, how to prospect importers in the case then if you are a winery. So you will get a lot into the newsletter, more than I can do here in 20 minutes video. And maybe because it's writing, so you can structure, you can apply directly. So make a favor for you, give me a glass of wine and go and subscribe, because really gonna help you a lot. So to continue with the lie 6 and the last one, which is the hospitality is just a business. Let me have a sip. Hospitality businesses are not just a business. Hospitality businesses are life. Because most of the people who we were brave enough to have or to work in the hospitality industry is because we are passionate about the industry. We love the industry. We like to communicate with people. We like to serve people. Very rarely, and I won't say that it's not, because I also know people that invested in restaurant without really any passion, but that's something else. But hospitality is life, because we all need food. We all need food. And if you don't, let me know, because I want that diet. So we all like to be gathered, to be served, and that is a common thing that we have in cultures. Doesn't matter where you're from. Doesn't matter if you are from the middle of Asia, the other side of South America, or somewhere in Europe. What connects people is the food, in different level, different ways. A little bit more rushy, like in Americans, a little bit more extended, like Spanish or Italians or Portuguese. But food is a big connection in all the ways. Food talk to you about where you come from, talk to you about your likes, your preferences, and also food can give you a little bit of insight about your personality, believe it or not. And I will leave this to another video to talk about more that in depth. Because definitely when you get to know some people that say, oh, I prefer savories than sweets, then there are few things in there that you can analyze. So Never say that hospitality is just a business, because it's not. Hospitality is life. Hospitality is all of us. There is no person in the planet that hasn't been served or being part of the hospitality, because we all eat. We all, in somehow, even if you never been in a restaurant, in somehow you has been eating outside, even outside in another house or whatever. So with that said, I really thank you very much for being here. I remind you again, please subscribe. Click the bell so you can get the notifications. Don't forget to subscribe to my newsletter. And for all of you, Santé for life, even when it's messy. Bisous, bisous. À la prochaine for the next one.